Today is the 6th day of June 2020 in Dundestown, Abaco, Bahamas, in North Abaco constituency. And one thing I could say that many of can say, as Kai Mills continued to promote himself as the next candidate for North Abaco, is that Kai has been shooting videos mainly in North Abaco for the past 3.5 weeks since I came back from Nassau. Many of those that you've seen in Nassau and elsewhere, they come on the evening flight and they leave on the morning flight. Very few of you have an opportunity to see them. That is why Kai said, I am the best choice for North Abaco. Ask yourself, North Abaco, have either one of them run any association in Abaco? I could be braggadocious and say that I've run 2 organizations, the Basketball Association for 10 years, and created many championships under my leadership. And I can tell you there's been many presidents before me. But ask anybody that played basketball under my leadership and their leadership, they will tell you that Kai Mills had the best basketball association in the history of Abaco. Then you go to softball, the same thing there. You ask them, has either of them ever sponsored a team to get their kids off the street? Kai has been the president, I've been the coach, I've been the sponsor, everything to try to help North Abaco youths. Now, this is your time, North Abaco youths, to help yourself, to have somebody of that same character to be a member of parliament for North Abaco, somebody that you see every day, a hands-on person. How do you say that Kai is the best choice? I have what they call the older people. The younger people never heard this. They don't know what it means. But it's called political clout. Meaning this, it's simple. All of the candidates that put themselves up, including the Member of Parliament for North Abaco to date, if either one of them was to run as an independent without the FNM or PLP banner, just to run on their own name as an independent, who do you think would win that election? It's the same thing. Kai Mills is the only candidate, the only one that could bring PLP, FNM, independent, DNA. I could bring all of them to vote for the name Kai Mills. Not only the party is important, but the person that's carrying the banner. We in North Abaco, Kai in North Abaco, born and reside in North Abaco from 1961, is tired of the lack of representation. That is why Kai put his name. Kai was tired of politics. I said, you know what? I am out of this. Let it all go to hell. My mother said if they catch hell long enough, maybe after catching hell for over 35 years, they will catch sense. So I sit on the sideline and had sleepless night thinking about why Kai. And the voice said, why not Kai? If Kai Mills don't put his name forward, look what you're stuck with. We got one right there that says they're from North Abaco, haven't spent a week nor a month in North Abaco in over 30 years. We have an exact same replica of that kind of representation to date in House Assembly. Kai could do better than that. A matter of fact, Kai has been doing better than that since Hurricane Dorian and beyond. For the past 3 years, Kai has been doing better than the man that has to play. It's not ironic that every concern that North Abaco have, Kai Mills is speaking on behalf of the people. The person that you have elected haven't spoken on any issues of concern in 3 years. After Hurricane Dorian, you know the record. We couldn't hear about our dead being buried. Neither have our member of parliament spoke a word to when, how, why not our dead haven't been buried. To date, he haven't given us any numbers. Haven't spoken like there was animals that died. To date, you probably can't even get a death certificate. You can't even speak about the dead. Neither is our MP spoke about it yet. That is why Kai can speak. Kai can go to the families, and I would have gone to the families and give them condolence. They would have been buried, trust me. Many of them came up and piggybacking on everything I say and do. Kai Mills, only Kai Mills, remember that went to the trailer and keep shedding light. The government have written that trailer off long time ago. If Kai Mills, believe me, if Kai Mills was a concern about the timely burial of our dead, trust you me, that trailer would have been there to date. Don't mind all the naysay and the latecomers that try to piggyback on everything I say and do. I had the guts when the Defense Force and the police threatened me with gun. I still man up fearlessly and put a video on the trailer and say it's wrong. That is why Kai is running as your member of parliament for North Abaco. There is nobody, I repeat that, including the member of parliament for North Abaco now, nobody that could run as an independent candidate on their name and beat Kai Mills. There's nobody that is running, and I were to get the nomination for the PLP, there's nobody that can beat Kai Mills. Because again, Kai Mills is the only person that could have people cross over from FNM, or hundreds of FNM would cross over for the first time and vote PLP when Kai Mills get the nomination. Which other candidate that are vying for the PLP nomination can bring hundreds of FNM over to vote PLP? Only Kai Mills could do that. Only Kai Mills could bring the 300 that voted for me as the independent candidate for the last general election. Only Kai Mills can bring those 300 over to vote for the Progressive Liberal Party when I become the nominee. Only Kai Mills could bring the 30 that wrote DNA over to vote for Kai Mills. You see, the name Kai Mills has meant something, does mean something in North Abaco. And this upcoming general election would be the only time in the history of my lifetime and your young people's lifetime that you have a candidate that is fearless on behalf of you. It is your future that is at stake. If you choose to throw it away for somebody who said that they are or is an undertaker and somebody dead, who you think they're gonna go? Where do you think they're gonna go? They're gonna go and seek the money to bury the dead. To hell with the living. That is why Kai said to them, you deal with the dead, Kai will deal with the living. Your studies isn't dealing with dead people. How dare you try to come among the living, to represent the living, when you can't the mental of representing and taking care of the dead. Stay with the dead. Kai will deal with the living in North Abaco. We don't want to have another example of this FNM weightless government that couldn't deal with our dead. And after they bury the dead, they don't know what to do with the living. Kai live amongst the living. As your member of parliament, Kai will make sure that you have fair representation. You would finally hear North Abaco voice call and see the produce of what Kai bring forth for North Abaco. That is why I said, vote for Kai and don't be shy. The 300 that voted for me in the last election as independent, they could be proud that they didn't throw their vote away. How many hundreds and thousands have thrown their vote away? But Kai Mills is still speaking for the 300 that voted for me and the others that can't find the MP, can't find them from the last to this one. Kai is still speaking on behalf of North Abaco. Vote for Kai and don't be shy.